Hey everyone, I'm Connor.
And I'm Matt.
And this is Discography Draft. Like a charm. Hi
Christine.
Matt. How are you?
Doing well, you?
I'm well. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Whoa. Oh. Okay. This is great. How about this? Well, let's just start off. You know who we are. You know what we do.
Corner Time Network. We draft songs and we talk about albums, their history, and then you got it. I've actually never had to explain it.
Yeah.
Do you want me to attempt
We'll
at
just
it?
do one, or it's reverse.
Where I do everything that you do, and
I think of jokes
and laugh in an annoying way.
And I'm quiet for 4 minutes, and then I say something.
All right. Well, here at the Corner Time Network, what we do here is we compare two albums by an artist that have been impactful in our lives.
Here at Discography Draft.
Here at Discography Draft, produced by Corner Time Network. Shout out.
Shout out to Corner Time Network if you're listening.
And we know you are as we're even talking.
Yeah.
Compare two albums by an artist that has been impactful to us, and we talk about the albums, history of it, how they impacted us, and then we put all the songs in a draft pool and we draft from them and trying to curate the best roster and let the fans vote.
Yeah. Okay, so the last episode we brought on the first lady of Corner Time Network, Mrs. Sydney Walker.
She's missing.
She's missing.
No, I know where she is, I think.
Oh, okay. Cool. Well, now I'm flustered.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah. So we brought her on because she's a big Taylor Swift gal. And we discussed Folklore and Evermore. And how about this? Blew me away. Okay. I ended up winning. I had 17, Sid had 15, you had 7.
Yikes.
The big problem was Exile made it out of the first round and then it lost to Peace, I think.
Also, I noticed a lot of mine were up against each other, and that's just like you eliminate half your songs when there was only one in the first round that didn't go against it or one of my other tracks, but it's okay.
Yeah. I mean, so the one ended up winning, which was the number 4 seed, and I was like, oh well, Willow's for sure the best song, and I think it got to like the final 4. Yeah, it got to the final 4, but got eliminated. So that's that. Caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting to win that. Especially wasn't expecting the one to win.
Yeah, that's a shocker to me too.
Well, that's enough of Taylor Swift. So now we're discussing yet again the Weeknd, but this time After Hours and Dawn FM. And how about this? So he canceled his After Hours tour. It was supposed to be in 2020 because After Hours was released on March 20th, 2020.
Oh, yeah.
Which you'll recall right when COVID started.
That's literally the beginning of COVID.
Yep. So he canceled that tour, and then so he postponed it. So now there's one coming out where he's coupling it with Dawn FM. It's called After Hours Till Dawn Stadium Tour. The tour After Hours one was going to be in arenas, but now he's like, it's got to be big. We're doing stadiums. So hopefully he comes to Camping World. And hopefully it's not raining. So anyway,
I do think that's a catchy title, After Hours Till Dawn.
It is. And well, let's just get into it. Okay, so After Hours, as I said, released March 20th, 2020. Matt, where were you at in your life?
Was living on the peak, the Mount Kilimanjaro, with you just maybe 150 steps away.
Thereabouts.
And COVID just hit. I remember this coming out, and we were thinking like, "Yo, no work. This is gonna be crazy. Like, are we just gonna not have work for like a week or two? Like, what's the situation?" Then they implement the work from home. Big sad from there. But not much music came out during COVID, and I remember this was like one of 2 albums that were like somewhat good that came out. This and the Lainey put out a project that was pretty good too. Or no, not Lainey. Lauv, Lauv. Yeah.
Lauv, yeah.
Those were the 2 albums I only remember from quarantine, but I really did like this. I liked After Hours from the get go. I thought it was a great album. True Sad Boy. Yeah, that's where I was at.
I was also 150 feet or so steps from you. And, okay, I remember exactly where I was when this came out, because March 20th was 6 days after my grandma passed away. So the timing, I needed a Sad Boy album in my life. This came out the day before I went on a Hinge date. I went to Daytona Beach. Had a little Chick-fil-A.
Yep.
It was a one and done.
You went pro after that?
Apropos of a recent one. Yeah.
One and done.
Yeah. But I don't know. So I listened to this the whole way to Daytona Beach, because it's like an hour or so away, and it was like just enough.
Yeah, they're pretty short songs, I feel like, for the most. I mean, what is the playtime? Yeah, it's 56 minutes, 17 seconds.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So listen to that, and yeah, I mean, Blinding Lights had come out already. That came out like well, let's see. Oh yeah. I didn't know that. I forgot about this. Heartless came out 2 days before Blinding Lights did. I always remember Blinding Lights as being like, oh yeah, that's the first single, but it wasn't.
Heartless was. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
I know Blinding Lights came out December?
It was November 29th, Blinding Lights.
November, okay. Yeah, I do remember that.
Yep. So let's talk about this one. Okay. Thematically, After Hours explores promiscuity, overindulgence, and self-loathing.
Up my alley. Well, no. I take it back.
Hang on.
Hold on. Self-loathing is what I was mainly referring to, not promiscuity.
You don't even know how to pronounce it. You don't even use
Promiscuous.
Oh,
sorry.
Okay. I thought you were going to be like, no, I take that back. I don't overindulge. I underindulge.
No, I'm an extremist. You either got to abstain from something or just
go all in.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's an artistic reinvention for the Weeknd. Introduced new wave and dream pop influences. It had 4 singles: Heartless, Blinding Lights, In Your Eyes, and Save Your Tears. It also, did you ever watch like the sequential order of the music videos that came out from this album?
Mm-mm.
It makes like a 25-minute little short film. It's pretty entertaining. I watched it a couple weeks ago.
Interesting. I actually just are you familiar with Lumineers?
I'm familiar.
The Cleopatra story with Angela and
Let me just.
I'm blanking. It's similar. It's similar of like it's like a short story with like the songs make it up.
Are Cleopatra? Is that a person in the Lumineers? I know.
No,
I have
no,
heard
no.
of the Lumineers. That's the end.
No, Cleopatra, I think, is the name of this woman that 3 songs are actually about.
Oh, okay.
And I'm blanking on the third one, which is going to bug me. But yeah. Anyways, yeah.
Yeah,
I'll have to check it out.
It's entertaining. It's the first song on it is Until I Bleed Out, which is the last song on the album. And you would think that, like, why is that the first one? But it's kind of cool. It starts with that. There's some you might be confused by this because I was. There's a part in it where he's performing live on the Jimmy Kimmel show a song that he already had a music video for, like earlier in that little montage. It's a part of the full thing.
Okay.
So just know that when you get to it, you're not like, what? So there you go. Okay. By the way, I'm excited for this to talk about these. This is so fun. Okay. Let's see here. Well, hang on. Yeah. Okay, yeah. February 13th, 2020, Weeknd released a 48-second teaser that announced the album's title. And then the short film was released March 3rd, 2020. Wait, what? Oh, teased on the 3rd, released on the 4th. And yeah. The visual is noted by journalists as being inspired by the films Joker and The Shining.
Whoa.
And
it makes total sense, yeah.
Does make sense. Okay, critical reception. Metacritic. What do you think they gave it? Based on 20 reviews.
78.
It's a great guess. 80.
Okay.
Let's see. So, New York Times said it's sparkled trauma, kaleidoscope emotional confusion, urgent and panting physical release paired with failed state romantic dyspepsia. That means indigestion.
Yeah.
That's when you dyspepsy.
Dispose of it.
Pepsi, you look like a no.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. The meme. You look like mother. I didn't say it.
We'll bleep that out. You activated my trap card.
Continue on.
Okay. Candace McDuffie of Consequence stated that as the Weeknd evolves, he continues to reinvent himself, and he knows exactly how to leave fans hooked on Havoc, not on Phonics. And After Hours proves that he is not done with us yet. In fact, he's just getting started. Ooh, how about this? Who said this? Some guy at The Guardian. He said that After Hours feels like the first Weeknd album in a while to offer up a clear, singular vision rather than something frustratingly abstract. I suppose. Yeah, I mean, if you dig into it, but they make sense to me, but that's because I'm a depraved sad boy.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I'd maybe push back with the Beauty Behind the Madness.
Yeah.
Album, yeah.
I mean, I get that. They all make sense to me.
Yeah.
Okay, so After Hours. Oh, March 19th, 2020, After Hours broke the record for most global pre-ads for an album in Apple Music history with over 1.02 million users pre-adding the album to their libraries. How about that? Debuted at number 1 on Billboard 200 with 444,000 album equivalent units. I don't care. I want to dig into this again. Okay. After the album's first week of availability, all 14 songs charted on the Hot 100, with 10 of them in the top 40.
Wow, that's actually really kind of crazy to think about.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how many songs is it? Like 16, 14 songs? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a lot. That's
impressive.
almost every song on there.
Yeah. All right. Grammy controversy. The Weeknd did not receive any nomination for the 63rd Grammys on November 24th, 2020, and he responded by calling the Grammys corrupt in social media posts. Speculation arose over whether the announcement of his then upcoming Super Bowl performance, as well as the confusion as to whether he should be nominated as pop or R&B, contributed to the snubs in all the categories he was submitted to by his team.
I do remember this, and I thought the big thing was like because he didn't perform at the Super Bowl or Do you remember him like kind of getting trapped into like having to perform at the Super Bowl?
I don't remember the circumstances leading up to it.
Mm. All right, carry on then.
Okay. So The Weeknd later remarked in an interview with Billboard that the snub felt like an attack, asserting, "Look, I personally don't care anymore. I have 3 Grammys, which mean nothing to me now. Obviously, it's not like, oh, I want the Grammy. It's just that this happened and I'm down to get in front of the fire. As long as it never happens again, I suck at giving speeches anyway. Forget award shows." And I don't know. That's all I have to say about After Hours. So, as you're looking that up, feel free to jump in whenever you get it. Dawn FM released January 7th, 2022. Hey, Matt, where were you at in your life?
What were we doing a month ago?
Not even 17 days ago.
Yeah, what was the 7th? I can tell you maybe hopefully the day. It was a Friday, first Friday. Came back. Did I do something?
Weekend after Big Bro's wedding.
Oh, so actually, I actually drove up to St. Augustine on the 7th, and helped my one of my twin brothers move in for PT school. Shout out to John if you're listening, we know you are, and shout out to Adam back home, and if you're listening, we know you are.
And then also Ryan while we're at it.
Yeah, Ryan and Tara,
yeah,
the whole fam.
Judge Slick, we're listening.
Slick occasionally listens if he knows how to work Spotify. He's old school.
I mean, okay. So where were you at? Oh, St. Augustine.
Yeah, I do remember listening to this. That was my first week back. No, I was here because I worked from home for a week. Speculation of maybe COVID. So I worked here, and I do remember that dropping and like listening it through. Honestly, wasn't blown away from the get go, and I know you've got some other takes on that, but yeah, we'll leave it there.
Okay. So 17 days ago, actually, I remember the night before, I didn't even realize he was dropping an album. Like,
Same.
I did because he had. Why am I blanking on what the song is? I'm not a fan at all. Take My Breath, of course. That came out August 6, 2021. But that was, I mean, you're talking like 5 months gone by and nothing happened. So it's like, okay, yeah, I'm assuming there's an album coming, but this one snuck up on me. And then I realized it the night before, and then I texted you, we got a Weeknd album in the morning. So I remember first listening to this, and I was really underwhelmed. However, in the 17 days since then, I think I've listened to this album probably like 8 times, and it has grown on me like a growth.
Yeah, what grows? I don't know. Not me.
Yeah. I was, first of all, the cover art is silly.
A little concerning. I was like, dang, COVID really got the best of him.
All right. So
It aged him terribly.
yeah, but so I mean, you have him looking all old, and it was just confusing, and I don't know. I was like, what are you doing? And then so he goes back to like this 80s synth pop type stuff, and I was like, we're doing this again? Like, I kind of liked how After Hours was like change of pace, but I didn't want it to be like his full thing moving forward. And maybe it won't be, but this album, he kind of goes back to it. But then the more I listen to the lyrics, I realize that this is a very sad boy album, that it's being disguised as like an 80s pop album, because the lyrics are really dark.
They are. And honestly, that's probably more of why I had a problem with it. A lot of like, I mean, you take the song Sacrifice for one. He's like, I think he's honest with himself from the get-go, but he's just talking about how like, I mean, and what are some others? Sacrifice, he's saying he don't want to sacrifice his time. Like, he loves his own time more, and doesn't want to sacrifice anything basically for a relationship or anyone. Very selfish in that. And then I Heard You're Married, and talks about like sleeping with someone that's already married. I don't know. there's just a lot of them where I was just like, eh. And then the out of time one was actually probably where it felt like he was playing the victim of like he was trying to like
Get back.
actually willing to put his heart on the line there, but at the same time, he was out of time.
That's right. The Weeknd described the album's concept as a state of purgatory, a journey towards the light at the end of a tunnel, which is very true. There's actually a lot of like allusions to After Hours. I'll discuss one of them when we get to the lyric part, but it feels like it's as if like the album starts and like he's dead, and it's about this journey and trying to get to heaven after death, and he's just like the spirit kind of floating on. He's reminiscing on life, which is what Phantom Regret is about. And yeah, so it's a really, I don't know, it's like a death-centric album. It kind of felt like Dante's Inferno a little bit, with Jim Carrey being the narrator, almost sort of like a Virgil to The Weeknd's Dante. How about that?
That is interesting.
Yeah.
I will say I did love Jim Carrey in this, and I know that even Phantom Regret by Jim is not necessarily a song, but man, that thing is soothing.
Yeah, it makes you think.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's sort of a concept album, and it's just weird because you're listening to it and it sounds like you're listening to a radio station. You're like, well, I don't want an album to sound like to keep having these disc jockey interruptions and stuff like that. So I think that's what turned me off to it the first time, and then as the listens progressed, I just kind of understood a lot better of what he was trying to do. So 3 singles: Take My Breath, Sacrifice, and Out of Time. Okay, how about this? Background and release. March 20th, 2020, he released After Hours. Commercial success. And then shortly after, he began working on his next studio album. In an interview with Rolling Stone in September of 2020, he stated he might have another album ready to go by the time this quarantine is over. Turns out he was right. He later explained that he was originally working on an album inspired by the depressive state he was in during the pandemic, but scrapped the project because it was emotionally detrimental and began working on Dawn FM. Now, I don't know what that album is, but I want that album. The one that we're eventually going to get.
It's crazy. Okay, what's really interesting though is like you think about Heath Ledger and the Joker.
Yeah.
Like how some of these artists, whether that's in acting or whatever, their craft respectively, that they like are so invested in like pouring out emotions, feelings, or like come so aligned. It's crazy how much it can affect like. It's really like it's method acting in a way. Like they become they take on the persona of whatever it is, whether it's a movie or an album. But yeah, give me that album ASAP.
Yes, and
you see what I did there? I'm gonna see it.
Stay tuned for the next ep. Weeknd began to tease a new album in May 2021 in an interview with Variety, when he stated, "If the last record is the After Hours of the night, then the dawn is coming." He continued to tease the album with the tentative title, The Dawn, during his acceptance speeches at the 2021 Billboard Music Awards and the iHeart Radio Music Awards. And then, so he has this Apple Music One radio show called Memento Mori that I didn't know about. And he's done 20-something episodes of it. Haven't listened to it. Probably won't because I don't have Apple Music One, or even if I do, I don't know. I just don't feel like it. And then on January 1st of this year, he teased a possible surprise release of the album in an Instagram post. He said that everything feels chaotic again. Music can heal, and that feels more important than another album rollout. Let's just drop the whole thing and enjoy it with the people. XO. And then he did. So during its first week, Dawn FM was only available via digital music and streaming platforms. Physical copies were shipped at later dates. Addressing the initial lack of physical copies, The Weeknd tweeted, "This doesn't matter to me. What matters is getting to experience the album together with the fans during these times." Guy just likes music.
Yeah, he does.
And okay, so the 103.5.
Yeah, what's the meaning behind that?
So 103.5 station tag incorporates as a nod to the Toronto radio station Z103.5. And in an interview with Billboard on November 23rd, 2021, he said, "Picture the album being like the listener is dead and they're stuck in this purgatory state," which I always imagine would be like being stuck in traffic, waiting to reach the light at the end of the tunnel. And while you're stuck in traffic, they got a radio station playing in the car with a radio host guiding you to the light and helping you transition to the other side. So it could feel celebratory, could feel bleak, however you want to make it feel. But that's what the dawn is for me. Transition. So you're loving it.
What's crazy is the way that you said that, looked up at me, continued going, and
Yes, and
so, yeah, sometimes my head hurts at thinking of all the different things that we process and do.
But if you'll notice on the album cover, over his left shoulder, there's just a slight light on there, and everything else is dark. You see that?
Yeah. What is that?
Well, it's the light at the end of the tunnel. So, all right, critical reception. What do you think Metacritic gave it based on 23 reviews?
Get rid of the bias, Matt. 74.
88. You got a physical reaction to that.
Let's hear what they have to say. Yeah.
Describing Dawn FM as a new peak for The Weeknd, Will Dukes of Rolling Stone praised the album for its interstellar ambitions and enchanting music. Michael Wood of the Los Angeles Times called it the year's first great album, which I remember reading this earlier and I was like, okay, it came out the first Friday of the year.
Oh.
Like, what else is it up against at that point? It's like, oh, okay, cool guy. Andy Kellman of AllMusic said, "In the main, this is a space for Tesfaye to fully indulge his frantic romantic side." Frantic Romantic sounds like a sick band.
Yeah.
And his co-conspirators whip up fluorescent throwback Europop with muscle and nuance. Rian Daly of NME said, "Dawn FM feels like the first steps on a journey for The Weeknd to find peace with himself. Perhaps next time we hear from him, he'll be fully embracing the light of day." I don't know if that, whatever album he was working on before this one is coming after this, then I doubt it.
Yeah. Let's hope he is.
Yeah.
But do you also get the play of the embrace the light of day,
I get
of
it.
like after hours, nighttime, and then kind of dawn? Like,
I get it.
yeah, okay.
I get it. Starboy.
Mm-hmm.
It debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200, and it was blocked from the top spot by Gunna's DS Forever, which debuted with 2,300 more units than Dawn FM.
I love that we keep measuring it in units.
Yeah, I know.
And
You have to nowadays.
And I feel like, a lot of people I think are doing like merchandise for attributing that to like sales and stuff. It's getting weird. There's a whole thing that came out about who was it a while ago. We don't need to get on this tangent, but basically they were like, they're like, yo, they didn't, this album didn't do that well. I think it was Travis Scott in particular. Like, he's counting some of his merchandising sales as like album sales in units. It's interesting.
I see.
So I love units is vague.
Yeah. So, okay. We're about to get into the draft, but before we do, Matthew, please rank the Weeknd albums from worst to best.
Worst to best.
We're including the 3 trilogy mixtapes as their own separate albums, and we're excluding compilation albums and extended plays. So My Dear Melancholy is not included.
Yeah. Okay, this is tough. Worst, and we're only excluding My Dear Melancholy.
Correct.
Melancholy.
Which would be the worst in my. That would be the worst in my mind.
Yeah, I agree. All right, until someone puts me on, or maybe I spend a little more time with it, I'm gonna go. Oh gosh, I feel like I'm disrespecting some albums here.
Yeah, be careful.
We're gonna go. Can I just do best to worst?
No.
All right, fine. It's harder to work my way up. Anticipation. Dawn.
Whoa, Matt, are you out of your mind? All right, keep going.
Dawn, and then gosh, that one's so good, and I love this one too. Hold on, let me look right back at one more. I know. We're gonna go Thursday.
Oh my gosh. Oh no.
Oh, I like that one a lot. Okay, this is hard. Can you go first? I'm sorry. Let me. I know. This is hard. I'm looking at the playlist again, and I'm like, well, I don't know.
From worst to best, Weeknd albums, including mixtapes, excluding My Dear Melancholy. His worst is Echoes of Silence. And now moving on up, we have Starboy,
Dude,
which I used to love. I thought it was the best album ever. It has not aged well at all. So, Echoes of Silence, Starboy, Beauty Behind the Madness,
oh my gosh, you're kidding me.
Thursday, Dawn FM. Now, you know how much I rave about Kissland. Next is Kissland. Then House of Balloons. And his best album is After Hours.
All right, similar order in this sense. Hear me out.
Okay.
All right, we're looking back at Thursday. We're going to move Thursday up just one, okay?
Okay.
We're going to move them up one. We are going to put Starboy is going to be the next one.
So start over, please.
Dawn FM at the bottom. It's not grown on me. We'll give it time. It's a hot take right now. I agree. Starboy actually used to be my favorite. However, it is a long, long album.
Mm-hmm.
And what I define as a great album is when you got like 70% of the songs that are great. I don't think 70% of the songs are great.
Nope.
Starboy. I really do like... I'm going to go Thursday, then Echoes of Silence.
Okay.
You like that?
Sure.
Man, I feel like I'm not doing it right, but all right. We'll go... Gosh, but Kissland was so unique. All right, Kissland, House of Balloons, After Hours, Beauty Behind the Madness.
Interesting. Okay.
Beauty Behind the Madness there is maybe 2 songs on there that are not good. Away from that, you're talking about a 14-song album,
Which are the not good songs, please?
As You Are, and
I disagree.
you like As You Are?
Yeah. Oh, the other answer is Tell Your Friends. Losers and Tell Your Friends are the ones I'm not crazy about.
I could get behind Tell Your Friends. All right, Losers and As You Are, but
I love As You Are.
all right, maybe it's one of those where I need to go back and re-listen. But still, I think from the first listen through, there's 2 bad songs that I just didn't like from the get-go, and I think that's hard to find. Kissland was such a unique album. How could it not? After Hours, yeah, it's just different. And then also the fact that we started looking at Deluxe, which probably has one of my...
Yeah.
We spent an entire day listening to the song. I'm not even kidding you. 8 hours at work, I listened to the same song. No shame in it.
And it's not shameless.
No, it's not. And then I think those 3, like, you can't go wrong with those. But I do love the mixtapes. I hate breaking them out. I think I don't know. Yeah. We'll leave it be. Leave it be. Okay. I'm going to talk myself backwards. And I was telling Connor right before this, The Weeknd might be the hardest artist to actually rank. I feel like every time I struggle with him, I'm like, is this good? I don't know. It's a total mood thing.
I'm very biased.
It's a total mood.
With like what my favorites are, I'm like, I know this isn't going to be a high seed, but gosh darn it. That's my favorite. And we'll discuss that right now. So we're getting into the draft. And before we do that, Matt, since you didn't win the last one, please call the coin flip.
Tails. Tails never fails. Unless it's heads. I don't need to know. I don't even need to.
It's heads.
Yeah.
Well, that's great because, I'll take the number 1 pick. There's the most obvious number 1 of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And here we go. Number 1 pick, Blinding Lights.
Alrighty.
Not my favorite,
No.
but an insurmountable amount. I don't know. Honestly, I'd be interested to see like the most streams of any song on Spotify where this ranks. Because
actually,
it has like...
Hold on. There actually is a thing.
It has like 2.758 billion streams.
All right, here we go. On Spotify of all time. List of most... That ain't it. That ain't it. Oh, number 2.
What's number 1?
Ed Sheeran, Shape of You.
Really? How many does it have? Is it at 3?
Yeah.
Gosh. All right.
That's a little preview for the upcoming one.
Yeah, that's down the road though.
Yeah.
But for this one, okay, we should also say we're including deluxe edition as we normally do. We're also including Dawn FM Alternate World, which features Moth to a Flame, that is by Swedish House Mafia featuring The Weeknd. Mm-hmm. That is draftable. There's 2 remixes on there, but when we draft songs that have remixes, you throw them out, so they're effectively going to be thrown out anyway. And we're also drafting 32 total songs. Hey, how about this? I prefer to do that moving forward. Where possible, if we can each draft 16 and 16, because then that makes a very nice bracket with an additional round. And it allows you, if you don't end up having the winning song, you have more of a chance to win.
Yeah.
Because the point system isn't so skewed.
Yeah. Agreed.
Okay. So that's the first pick.
Well, I will go with Save Your Tears.
That's good.
And then his other single from Kanye. I love this song by Kanye.
Oh.
Heartless.
Dawn FM. Okay. Well, that's good because okay. I freaking hate what I have at number 4. But so with the 4th pick, I have this at 3.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I had Heartless at 5. At 3, I'm taking Take My Breath off of Dawn FM.
Look, I think mine are going to be straight.
What?
It's going to be straight After Hours.
It could be. Okay, so then I have to take this because I want to win. I don't like the song. I never have. It's probably the most okayest of his popular songs that he has. With the 5th pick, I'll take In Your Eyes off of After Hours.
Is that actually one of his most popular?
It's up there.
Oh my gosh. I actually had no idea on that. Again, I could be all over the place on this. Oh my goodness. I'm going to go with After Hours.
Okay.
Actually, the
Off of After Hours? Okay.
Yeah. And then I'm going to take Scared to Live.
Ooh, all right. Curveball.
Scared to Live is so good.
I like it. I had it at 17. It's one of the ones from After Hours where I don't know really where it belongs in the public eye. So with the... Oh, okay. With the 8th pick... I'm going to take what I have at 6, which I think is becoming... It's getting up there for Weeknd songs. It will be up there. Give it time. Is There Someone Else?
Okay, I do like that song.
I have that as my favorite beat off of these 2 albums.
I actually had for best lyrics.
Oh!
The opening.
Yep. Go on.
Do you want to read it?
No. I don't have it open.
He opens up. He says, I know that you're hiding something from me that's been close to your heart.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt it creeping up every day. Baby, right from the start. I know that look you give when we're fighting. Because I used to be the one who was lying.
It's pretty good. My put it in the ears moment is the transition from best friends to Is There Someone Else.
Okay, you can't distinguish. I feel like
it's great.
The song. You have to actually like look down. There's a few of those actually on Dawn FM where it's like the beat actually carries over into the next song.
Yeah, I think Is There Someone Else into Starry Eyes?
Yes.
It's great.
I think those are the only 2 though. There may be another one in there. But
maybe, yeah. But yeah, that like that's just great. It's well done, Abel. Oh yeah, still my pick. How about that? So the 9th pick. This one's also growing on me like a growth. Out of Time. My hope is that Blinding Lights is able to carry me, so that way I'm able to get these Dawn FM songs. Because I don't know how they're sitting with people right now.
That's fair.
But I do think these are really good. And it's just give it more time. You'll see what ends up getting like music videos and radio play and all that stuff. I think those 2 are definitely going to get it.
So I basically just kind of grabbing from the list that I like first when I listen to After Hours. It's not in respective order. I think I've switched it around, but I think the next 2 I'm going to go with are Alone Again.
Okay.
And then we'll go with Snow Child.
Oh, good. I have that at 20. I've never been able to really come around to it.
Snow Child?
Yeah. How about Will, who you've met?
Mm-hmm.
Will Davis. Shout Will Davis, you're listening anyway. He's been trying to convince me since this album came out that Snow Child was really good. I'm like, I'm not there.
Dude, it actually may be, when I initially listened through, I think that was my my favorite song in the first listen through.
It's a sad boy song. He talks about killing himself if he doesn't make it.
Yeah.
And the music video for that, which is on that little
I have it pulled up, ready to watch after.
All right, well, I'm not going to say anything about it. Okay, so those are your picks. So number 12. Okay, I'm getting too many Dawn FM ones. I can't. I'll sit on this one. Number 12, I'm taking Too Late off of After Hours.
It's actually where I had that rated.
I had that at 10. And then with the 13th pick, Sacrifice, Dawn FM.
All right, that one's probably my second favorite on Dawn FM.
Yep. It's good. It's one of the singles.
All right, and you went Sacrifice. But that's some of these I'm telling you, I just couldn't get behind because of lyrics.
Okay.
That one was a little tougher. I think it sounds good, but I'm like, dang, this is tough.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you're going to hate me for this. It's time.
Careful, Matt.
We're going to go Faith.
Dang it. I had that next.
Which also has one of my favorite or best lyrics. Hold on. Let me grab that. It was saying, where did I put it? Hold on. Where'd it go? Yeah, all of my demons want to pull me to my grave. I chose Vegas if they offer heaven's gates. Try to love, but I'd never stay. Like, dang. The idea of Sin City. I just like when people get creative.
Mm-hmm.
Not relatable, but I just think creative of like Sin City and then throwing that with heaven's gates.
Yep.
But all right, it actually is time for the song that I listened to for 8 hours straight. My favorite, this may be my favorite Weeknd song. I don't know. I'm on a high right now. But
yeah.
Connor, I got a shout out to you because I would not have known about this unless you, after our, what was it, Taylor Swift? Yeah, 2 weeks ago. Yeah. You said, hey, you need to check this out, this song.
That's right.
And I did. And then the very next day I listened to it on repeat all day. You can say
I've already marked it down. So 3, 2, 1. Final Lullaby.
Which the entire song is Put It in My Ears.
Yeah.
Everyone, criminally underrated. Go check it out.
I'll tell you this right now. Out of it's I'll tell you after we're draft. That'll be a little more fair. And not spoilers. So with my 8th pick, which is the 16th pick, am I really going to take more Dawn FM songs? I can't keep doing this. Okay, and I won't. Taking Escape from LA.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. One of the more depraved Weeknd songs, and that's why I love it. Remember that lyric I told you last time, 2 weeks ago? Mm-hmm. I can't repeat it.
I know. But I remember.
Yeah. All right, and then with the 17th pick.
Don't do it.
Hardest to Love.
Okay. Great song. I actually had that ranked in top 10, but it was just kind of letting it keep sliding. Dude, I don't even know what I'm doing right now with my, with my draft.
This is the top 10. It's the 17th pick, but I'll not draft it still.
Just letting it slip. All right.
Yeah. 18th pick.
Yeah. All right, fine. I'll do it. Oh, does that mean I'll miss this guy?
It could. I don't know.
All right. We'll do. Actually, we'll take these two guys. Until I Bleed Out.
Matt, you know that's my song.
It's a great song, and I think it's probably one of the, in a vacuum,
It's-
the best title.
It's what I have. It's also the most. Okay, yeah. So I had most underrated. I had Until I Bleed Out and Final Lullaby.
Yeah.
Probably Final Lullaby because it's on the bonus track, so
It's
like literally people don't know about it. And then Until I Bleed Out is absolutely sensational. It was in my top 5 of from 2020. My top 5 of the Spotify Wrapped. So good. I gotta talk about it for a second. All right, it's one of my best lyrics. By the way, I have like 5.
yeah.
Oh,
It's,
like,
it's okay.
This is our podcast, darn it. I want to cut you out of my dreams till I'm bleeding out. I want to cut you out of my mind till I'm bleeding out. That Until I Bleed Out was getting me through last year. You're familiar with what was going on. We'll not mention, but yeah, that was one that was just always on repeat. And the second, there's like serotonin that hits my brain when it comes on.
Hits your brain.
Hits my B. It H's my B. Because it starts off and it's just like that. Like you're just kind of floating around in space is what it feels like. And when it hits, I'm just like, I go catatonic and I just listen to the whole thing. And it
then
just,
you're like,
I can't move.
but
I'm
then
so
it's like-
paralyzed. I'm
Yeah.
like, correct.
You're like, all right, but repeat.
Yeah.
Just keep it on repeat. That's what you got to do.
I want to cut you out of my dreams till I'm bleeding out. I want to cut you out of my mind till I'm bleeding out. That's so good.
Okay, but also, speaking of dreams, though,
The Dream.
that dream too. This is a triple entendre in that sense.
Okay.
Next pick, Starry Eyes, which also the
Yeah,
lyrics you
yeah.
did send are also some of my favorite. If you want to read them out, since I gave you credit for it. That also first Dawn FM song.
Gosh, Matt, come on. Oh, you know what? I was anticipating you were going to bring this one up, and I was going to pull up the lyrics and then didn't. But here I am.
You want me to read it then?
Nah, I got it right here. Oh gosh, there's more. This whole thing is a brutal song.
Mm-hmm.
I only met you in my dreams before when I was young and alone in the world. You were there when I needed someone to call my girl, and now you're my reality, and I want to feel you close, but you're defeated, baby, broken, hurting, suffering from a shattered soul.
Oh, whoa.
A shattered soul. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, another one on that. I literally just posted this on my Instagram story right before I came over here. Let's see. Ooh, hang on. Yeah. Back then I was starry-eyed, and now I'm so cynical. Baby, break me, kick me to the curb. Oh. Abel, you dog. I know. It's like, hey, pick one lyric. I can't.
Now I got one more that good lyric. Well, it's just one line that I really liked, but it hasn't been picked yet.
Okay. So 20th pick. I'm glad this is still here as I have it at 13, less than 0.
Okay.
This is also going to be a good Weeknd song. Just give it time. 21st pick, I have this at 15, Best Friends.
Hey, I literally had that not at 15 and whatever, but I had them in consecutive order.
There you go.
Less Than Zero, then Best Friends.
All right.
Number
22.
Which I'm glad is still there. I'm going to take Here We Go Again.
Yeah, it's good.
And which has the lyric that I really like too, but Tyler the Creator is an interesting little guy.
And he's calm in that song.
I know.
He's not going crazy.
He's interesting. It's like he's such an acquired taste. I have no idea what I'm getting. He may be the one artist where I like he's featured on a song and I'm like I have absolutely no idea what I'm gonna get.
Yeah.
He could be all over the place. The line was, "But when I make her laugh, swear it cures," "But when I make her laugh, swear it cures my depressing thoughts."
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I was like, all right, I see you there. All right, let me put that guy here. And
23.
All right, I'm stuck here. But I think I do the safe thing.
Okay.
And I choose Moth to a Flame.
Gosh, I was going to take that.
I think that's the safe guy to do.
I agree. You get the Swedish House Mafia fans voting for it. Okay.
Did I want to do it? Nah, not entirely, but it's all right.
All right, 24th pick. All right. Gasoline. That has a pretty good lyric on there.
Gasoline.
Here yeah. Here it comes. Okay, so it has my favorite word. I'm staring into the abyss. I'm looking at myself again. Which, did you know this? It's alluding to a quote by Nietzsche. He who fights with monsters should be careful lest he thereby become a monster. And if thou gaze long into an abyss, the abyss will also gaze into thee. Which means that if you contemplate evil too much, you'll become evil yourself.
Well, that's deeper than the abyss.
The abyss will gaze into thee. Oh yeah, it's deep, Matt. You're gonna be thinking about that. You're gonna be like, Sid, Connor told me this quote.
Yeah, it's gonna keep me
Keep
up.
the nightlight on. Yeah.
I can't think about it too long though, because then it'll sucker me in.
Yep.
And I can't get out.
That's right. Well, looking forward to the dream episode in 4 episodes. That one's just for us.
Mm-hmm.
We don't even care who listens to it. So, with the 25th pick, How Do I Make You Love Me?
Yep, that's what I have next. All right. The next one I'm going to go with is Repeat After Me.
Oh, interlude.
Yep. And I may surprise you here. Well, at least later down within my next 3 picks.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to go I Hope You're Married.
I heard you're married.
I heard. Sorry.
I hope you're married.
I heard you're married, Lil Wayne.
Yeah. That one, that's one of my least favorite off this album, of the actual like songs.
Yeah, I think he had actually a good lyric in there. He was like, and you treat her like Virgin Mary, and I heard you like it dirty. Well, I'm Dirty Harry. It's just Wayne hops on and says some of the most ridiculous stuff, and you're like, all right, like it's Wayne, he's back.
He is back. All right.
Don't you, he's back. Also, he dropped Sorry for the Wait 2
Oh, I heard
on
about that.
Spotify. Big fan. Shout out to Wheezy. If you're listening, we know you are. Oh.
So, 28th pick. I'm glad this is here. Dawn FM. This is a doozy of a song. And it's brief. Like, the song part itself is brief. But how about this? So, it's also one of my favorite lyrics. It's actually the whole lyrics. This part I do alone. I'll take my lead on this road. And I need something to hold. Make me believe in make believes. Because after the light, is it dark all alone? All alone. Now, how about this? That's the opening track of Dawn FM. Alone Again is the opening track of After Hours. Alone Again, he says, like I can't be alone again, or I don't want to be alone again. This one, it starts off, this part I do alone.
All right, that's the kind of stuff I appreciate, and now because of that, like I think slowly it's gonna grow. You said you hate concept albums.
Generally they're weird. It's hard to like get behind them.
I'm a big fan. I think that it takes a lot of intelligence, and actually thinking versus just like going in a booth and like laying down a track.
Yeah.
And about anything or whatever. It's like well thought out. I don't know. I just get really, really behind that. So, all right, that's actually really cool.
Yeah, and the Weeknd tweeted, he's like, "I wonder if you realize you're listening to a new trilogy." With the idea of After Hours and Dawn FM, and then whatever's after that being a new trilogy. So we'll see. And so 29th pick, Don't Break My Heart.
Don't go breaking my heart. That's the one, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Is it my pick?
It is. These are your last two picks.
All right, I'm going to shock you.
Okay.
I'm going to take Missed You.
All right.
And then I'm taking Phantom Regret by Jim. I don't care if there's not a lyric on there.
I love it.
It slaps.
It does slap. It's one of my favorites. It makes you think about your whole life.
It's very soothing, too.
It's also one of my favorite. The lyrics I wrote down was the whole thing.
Wait, what song's that?
It's this one song. I wrote down all of Phantom Regret.
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure. This is... I wonder even how that came about of like asking him to, hey, will you narrate this?
Oh, how about this? I think I know the answer to that. Or at least I've read it before. Let me keep clicking. So, hold please. Nope, clicked the wrong thing. Okay, never mind. I think they met at a party and they bonded over their fascination for telescopes. And so they became friends after that. Now I'm sure he just ended up asking him to be the narrator for it, but that's how they've come to know each other. They're big fans of telescopes.
LA parties, am I right?
Yeah, Escape from LA. All right, so final pick. Nothing Compares. Boom. Leaving out Every Angel is Terrifying and A Tale by Quincy, which are the two that deserve to be left out. Which bums me out because Every Angel is Terrifying. It starts off great and it's like, ooh.
Yeah.
It gets into some weird like ad.
I know. Call 1-800-444.
And he changes the number. Did you catch that?
I don't think. Did he?
Yeah.
He
goes like 1-800-414-4444. That's 1-800-444-4444.
Is it angels or evil? Yeah.
Every Angel is Terrifying.
Every angel. Yeah. That's what I meant. Every angel is terrifying.
Mm-hmm. So.
No.
He changes it, Matt.
The lyrics don't say it.
Yes.
It says 1-800-444-4444.
Promise
That's
you.
1-800-444-4444. 444.
I promise you, Matt. Okay, go to genius.com and then look up Phantom Regret. Because I caught it when I heard it. It's very slight, but it is
All right,
different.
it is different here than it is here.
Yeah.
I guess it's so interesting if some places catch it and some don't. Also,
Yes.
you're calling from... This could also tie back to the theme of mortality and life after death, as in East Asian cultures, specifically Japanese and Chinese culture, 4 is considered an unlucky number because it is nearly...
Homophonous.
Yeah. Mop.
Oh, jeez, Matt.
To the word death. Interesting. All right.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, I'm just...
Well, you see the bottom part of that? In addition, notice how this number differs slightly from the number mentioned in the previous line, probably alluding to different or conflicting paths one finds when searching for the afterlife.
I
know. It's crazy. So let's recap our teams.
Yeah.
Okay, so I had the first pick. I had Blinding Lights, Take My Breath, In Your Eyes, Is There Someone Else, Out of Time, Too Late, Sacrifice.
Hold on. That's a great... I get tickled. I get ticked. Old.
Of what?
When song titles start to make sentences or like it's funny, like follow up. You said Out of Time, Too Late.
All right, so I had Blinding Lights, Take My Breath, In Your Eyes, Is There Someone Else?
Take my breath in your eyes.
All right, so I had Blinding Lights, Take My Breath, In Your Eyes, Is There Someone Else? In Your Eyes, Is There Someone Else?
Oh my gosh.
All right, so I had Blinding Lights, Take My Breath, In Your Eyes, Is There Someone Else? Out of Time, Too Late, Sacrifice, Escape from LA, Hardest to Love, Less Than Zero, Best Friends, Gasoline, How Do I Make You Love Me, Dawn FM, Don't Break My Heart, and Nothing Compares.
How Do I Make You Love Me, Dawn FM, and Don't Break My Heart, and nothing compares to that.
Okay, Matt. Go.
All right. Save Your Tears, Heartless, After Hours, Scared to Live, Alone Again, Snow Child, Faith, Final Lullaby. Shout out to Final Lullaby. Until I Bleed Out, Starry Eyes, Here We Go Again, Moth to a Flame, Repeat After Me. Dude, I should have picked Repeat After Me after I took Here We Go Again.
Oh my gosh.
And then I Heard You're Married, I Missed You, and then Phantom Regret by Jim Carrey.
Okay, this little stretch you went on from Final Lullaby, Until I Bleed Out, Starry Eyes. Those three are three of my favorites that I'm just confident they're probably not ranked high. So I was like, I can't take them.
See, the thing
even though I would have taken Until I Bleed Out number 1.
Honestly, I think that now I don't even know what episode is this, 17.
Yep.
I think I've found that through this, a lot of my favorite songs are in the middle of the pack, and I almost couldn't care less about winning as long as I walk away with like one.
Definitely walk away.
Yeah, one to three of those favorite songs, and you're right. Like Starry Eyes is my favorite off of Dawn FM. Final Lullaby, as you said, and then Until I Bleed Out. All of them are intense.
Yeah. So here's how the seating for this is going to work. It's hard to just be like to compare an album that's been out for 17 days versus one that's been out for almost 2 years at this point, and just be like, okay, well, 1 through 17 is going to be all after hour song. So we kind of aggregated them. Basically, I took Blinding Lights, threw it out because it's such an outlier. I took the average number of streams for the After Hours songs, compared it to the average number of streams for the Dawn FM songs. And then, since Dawn FM has a lower average because it hasn't been out that long, I divided After Hours by Dawn FM, gave me 3.75.
Is your multiplier effect.
That's my multiplier. Multiplied the Dawn FM streams by 3.75, and that has given us the seeding order. Now, I'm going to go through them. What's seeded number 4 is going to knock your socks off. All right, so number 1, Blinding Lights. Number 2, Save My Breath. Number 3, Take My Breath. Number 3, Save Your Tears. Number 4, Moth to a Flame. Because it's been out for a few months. It gets on the Swedish House Mafia, like the EDM playlists and all that stuff, so people are getting it there. So that has, just as it is, without the multiplier, a little over 182 million streams. Yeah.
Look, you said that it was a single, and I said that was actually why I had something else ahead of it, and because you said the singles perform a little better.
Mm-hmm.
But gosh,
182 million. Yep. So that's number 4. Number 5, In Your Eyes, Heartless, After Hours, Sacrifice, Out of Time, Is There Someone Else, Hardest to Love, Gasoline, How Do I Make You Love Me, Too Late, Scared to Live, Alone Again, Faith, Escape from LA, Less Than Zero, Snow Child, Best Friends, Here We Go Again, I Heard You're Married, Dawn FM, Starry Eyes, Missed You, Nothing Compares, Repeat After Me, Until I Bleed Out, Don't Break My Heart, Final Lullaby. They have Every Angel is Terrifying above Phantom Regret, and then A Tale by Quincy. So,
dude, okay, that's absurd.
I agree. There was actually this. Okay, so when I did the initial one, there was some chicanery here at the bottom. I'll tell you this, because with the multiplier, okay, as it is, since Final Lullaby doesn't get a multiplier since it's on After Hours, it's at 41.6 million streams. So with the multiplier, Every Angel is with the multiplier, Final Lullaby is dead last, which is nonsensical. So being that Every Angel is Terrifying, Phantom Regret, and A Tale by Quincy are not even really musical songs, I sort of manually just put those as like the bottom 3 seeds. And gave Final Lullaby, I bumped it up a little bit, but it's the 31st seed. And Until I Bleed Out at 29 is preposterous.
Wait. Until I Bleed Out is 20.
It has 63.6 million streams. Repeat After Me has 4 million more streams than Until I Bleed Out.
Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, The Weeknd, I don't know how. I don't know what's popular, what's not. He's truly the hardest artist for me to even try and rank or pick these songs. Mm-hmm. But I did not expect that.
Yeah. Blew me away.
My socks are literally off if you can't see in the video.
Okay, so best song title, we agreed, Until I Bleed Out. Best beat, I said, Is There Someone Else? What did you have for that?
Best beat?
Yeah.
Faith, and then After Hours in there.
Yeah, those are good. Most overrated?
What did you say I feel like the only song you got to choose is Blinding Lights, but honestly,
I disagree.
I was going to say it's not overrated, but because it's second most played
of any song ever.
Yeah. Because we did that with what was this Travis Scott one?
Sicko Mode.
Yeah. Sorry. It's getting late.
Yeah.
Sicko Mode, yeah. Which I'm shocked it wasn't even in top 5. What you got?
Oh, I said In Your Eyes.
Where was that ranked?
It was number 5. It has 635 million streams.
Mark me down for that. What was number 2 again?
But so, by the way, it's actually number. Oh, I get confused by this. It was actually number 3 in terms of like actual non-aggregated
numbers.
streams.
It's done. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, that's the 3rd most played song
On After Hours. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because it became a single, it became popular. I'm like, I don't get it. This one's not that good. Granted, I drafted it, but that's because I want to win. But I guess, I mean, Moth to a Flame at the 4 seed, when you aggregate it, is insane. Because it's not even on the actual album.
My head hurts.
Yeah. So, most overrated in your eyes.
Yeah, I'm gonna choose that one.
Underrated, I said Until I Bleed Out and Final Lullaby.
Yep. And then I also put underrated Starry Eyes.
Yep, agreed. Which is most grown on you?
Ooh. That's it. I feel like I hate that it's all these answers are Final Lullaby. But that's true. It has been the one that is, I mean, I listened to it for an entire day.
But I would argue that's not your answer because when you first heard it, you loved it.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Well, then I would say probably Faith.
Yeah, that one's really good. But the thing with After Hours for me, all the ones that I love, I feel like I've always loved them.
Mm-hmm.
And I will always love you. For me, the answer is Gasoline off of Dawn FM because I remember the first time I heard it, it was like, it's 5 a.m. I'm not again. It's like, I love it when I watch you sleep. But that, after listening to that a dozen times or however many, I'm like, I find myself getting a little excited by
New York.
Oh, jeez, no, never.
I will say about that is, okay, The Weeknd really is a mood thing because first time I heard it, I was like, second time I heard it, I was like, whoa, I've never heard his voice like that.
Yeah.
And then the flip flop. So.
Mm-hmm. Your Put It In My Ears moment, please.
Final Lullaby all the way.
Oh, yeah, you did say that. Now, I will tell you that, so it's okay.
You actually get me every time. I got to say
What's
this
up?
time. You get me every time because I actually think you are transitioning to a real it is a real question and I will answer
mean?
it. You genuine. It's like when I for instance when people ask me, hey Matt, are you it's like you asking me, hey, are you free Wednesday night to go see Moonfall? Yeah. I'm like, man, I'm busy. I'm actually going to see a movie with my friend. And you're like, oh, dang. Like
what are the odds? That's what I just asked you to do.
that kind of sucks. Well, maybe next time, like, who's this friend of yours? It's like, oh, it's you. That's me confirming my plans. But it just, everyone is, I don't know. What I'm trying to say is the emotional roller coaster is what I'm dealing with here when you do that.
Yeah. So what am I going to do for this? Yeah. So I was, I was wondering if the NBA champion runner-ups, the Phoenix Suns, are going to be blinded by the lights in the playoffs this year again, like they were last year, and if they're going to be able to make a run at the championship. Because I was thinking that they'd probably be able to save their tears if they won it all this year, and honestly, that would take my breath. But much like a moth to a flame as the Phoenix Suns to getting to the finals within the past year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But and I know in your eyes, you think that they're pretty capable of winning it all, and why wouldn't they be? Because I mean, you're not heartless, and just all these games, they take place after hours, and there's a lot of sacrifice involved. And sometimes it comes down to a buzzer beater and you just ran out of time. And so, and then if someone gets hurt, you're just asking yourself, is there someone else who can take his spot? And then, sometimes some of the guys who fill in, they're kind of the hardest to love. They're not that great, but they give you a lot of gasoline because they got a lot of gasoline in the tank. And so, but it's not too late. There's still a lot of games left to be played. And I know the Suns, for all the doubters out there, they're saying, how do I make you love me? Because they definitely deserve it, and they're definitely not scared to live. They're going to live out this season, and it's a team. They're not going to be alone again, but they have faith, and honestly, if they can just get through the Clippers and the Lakers, they could escape from LA.
Frick, that was what I was going to say. I was going to say, well, if they can escape from LA, then yeah.
But I'm sure they would never consider themselves to be less than 0. And honestly, the thing is though, because the finals take place in June, so when they played the Bucks, they didn't have to worry about the elements, so they didn't have to worry about going up against the snow child. But I would assume that a lot of the guys on the Suns are best friends, and they're thinking, here we go again. We're going through this NBA season. We're gonna get there. I heard you're married.
Yeah, just freshly married, a month and 2 weeks in.
Yeah, and so they're waking up at the crack of dawn FM, and they definitely have starry eyes for this championship that they're chasing, and they're gonna get back to the NBA Finals. They're gonna say, "Wow, I missed you. I'm glad we're back here," and nothing compares to being in the NBA Finals. And so they're probably getting pep talks from their head coach, and he's probably getting them to do these chants to get him ready. He's going to say, all right, repeat after me. Until I bleed out, we're going to win this. We're going to give it our all. And don't break my heart, because they're going to get there, and it's definitely heartbreaking if they lose, but don't break my heart, because I don't know who's going to be singing the final lullaby at the end of the finals, but maybe it's the Phoenix Suns, maybe it's going to be the Milwaukee Bucks, who knows? But I do know that every angel is terrifying. Biblically speaking, every angel is terrifying. And then if regardless of what happens, if they go into the offseason with some phantom regret, and especially if some guy named Jim is involved, but that was definitely a tale by Quincy.
Pondexter?
Yeah, Quincy Pondexter. But here's the thing.
Coupon?
No. When I was talking about gasoline,
it
has a lot of gas in their tank. Not Nate. Shout out to Nate for listening there. But campaign of the Phoenix Suns that I just mentioned. And did you know that he played high school basketball in Memphis?
Yeah. I did know that because we're actually best friends, but yeah. Here we go again.
Yeah.
But it looks like we're out of time. So cut it out.
Toodles.